This is Libertarian View, your source of decentralized and distributed information. Antz is a 1998 animation that you might remember as being similar to A Bug's Life, released in that same year. What you didn't notice at the time, perhaps because we're too young, is that it is undoubtedly the most libertarian movie ever produced. The movie begins with the leading character, worker Antz, whining to his therapist about not being able to understand the idea of a super-organism, in this case an ant colony. Is he supposed to do everything for the colony? And what about me? The whole system makes me feel insignificant, says Z, to which his therapist replies, excellent, you've made a real breakthrough. I have? Yes, Z, you are insignificant. Is there a better analogy to refer to a collectivist society than an ant colony? This is not an overstatement. All the remaining scenes are caricatures of the power of the collective over individuals, mainly through the government. The movie reminds us at all times that each ant itself has no importance, only the group is important. Individually, each ant is just a disposable cog in the wheel in the super-organism. But as in any self-respecting collectivist society, all are equal, but some are more equal than others. The animation presents society organized by castes, very similar to human society. Although demagogy is present in all public discourses, in the end, each character is only guided by his own interest. In short, the main adventure of the story begins when Z meets a lunatic at the bar, who claims there is a place where there is no colony, where each individual acts on his own, where there is plenty of food and nobody tells him what to do. It's an ancap.su. If you have followed our thought process, you probably know where we are going with it. The plot is about an ant in search of ancap. The movie is filled with beautiful dialogues about individuality, as when a soldier about to die tells Z, don't repeat my mistake, kid. Don't follow orders your whole life. Think for yourself. Or when Z tells his story to the princess, stating that he probably had never made a choice his whole life. Z uses several jargons that leave nothing to be desired to anarcho-capitalism. What a bunch of losers. Mindless zombies capitulating to an oppressive system. The countless references to a real world would be comical if they weren't so sad. Like when a worker ant that was drilling a hole in the soil that was about to collapse continued to drill simply because he had only been ordered to do so. Or the general that tried to calm down a mob of angry workers by promising them they would earn more by working less. As libertarians, many of us have heard questions such as, in times of pandemic, would it make any difference whether the government forced you to stay home or you choose to stay home because you wanted to? Or else, if in a libertarian world it made donations to the needy, why not allow the government to systemize those donations? What these utilitarianists want to know is, if your individual choices ended up hypothetically being the same as those made by the government, would the government be that bad? Well, Z brilliantly answers this question in his final speech. At the end of his journey, realizing that he found himself at the same spot where he started as a worker, he feels happy. I finally feel like I found my place. And you know what? It's right back where it started. But the difference is, this time I chose it. Our point of view is, there is no problem with paying for services if you have signed up for it. Though, this is quite different from paying tax. You don't have to agree to anything. You have a legal obligation to pay tax. It doesn't matter if the services provided by the government are terrible. It doesn't matter if you don't use them. You have to pay. This contrasts with a private law society. There would probably be many companies offering services similar to those the government promises to. The difference being that they would provide those services and we would be free to choose which company we would hire or none at all. The most important thing is freedom, your power of choice. Like the ants in the movie, many people live out their entire lives following orders which they don't even understand what they're for. They never stop to think beyond the reality. Why are things the way they are? Have I ever made any decisions that govern my life? And so they continue as workers and slaves of the state. We recommend everyone to watch this beautiful anime with the view and knowledge you have today. We guarantee it is worth it. There is always an inverse relationship between government's authority and individual liberty. Friedrich Hayek. Thanks for watching. This article was originally written by Doc Holliday, translated by Droll, and revised and narrated by Baby Yoda. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button and share this video on your social network. If you want to be notified of all the videos, hit subscribe and then the bell icon. See you soon!